This is a story about three gentlemen that were flying a small private aircraft over the Amazon. They experienced some engine trouble, and unfortunately their plane crashed. Remarkably, all three of them came out of the crash unscathed. However, when they crashed and left the wreckage, they were surrounded by a tribe of native people who were local to the area. They had their spears and they had their bows, and they took the three men captive. The three men happened to be named Charlie, Paul, and Frank. So the people take these three men and they take them to their chief or their leader. The chief or the leader actually happened to speak English, so they were in good fortune there. He addresses them by letting them know that they were going to be killed. And this is sort of how the story went down. I want you to know that we are going to kill you. However, take solace in the fact that we are not going to let any part of you go to waste. We are going to use your skulls and put them on our stakes to warn our enemies of what we do to trespassers. We are going to feed and eat your meat and not let anything go to waste. We're going to take your bones and we're going to bang on our drums. We're going to take your skin and we will use it on our canoes. Not a bit of what the heavens have provided will go to waste. The three men are pretty mortified. The chief, though, turns to them and also makes this statement. We would like to make your last moments as peaceful as possible. So if there are any last requests, I would like to fulfill them. So they come to the first guy, Charlie. Charlie was mortified. He answered that I would like a knife if I could, please. The chief, he gives the nod, and one of the guards gives the man a knife. Charlie cuts his throat. He comes to the next man, Paul. And Paul states, I want a knife too, please. The chief, he gives a nod, and they take the knife that Charlie had just used, and Paul takes it and he does the same thing. They come to Frank. Frank had a little bit of an attitude. Frank turns to the chief and goes, I want a fork. The chief looks at him a little puzzled. He gives the nod, and one of the guards gets a fork and they give it to Frank. Frank starts poking himself all over with the fork. He looks at the chief and he goes, nuts with your canoes.